Thanks for checking out the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to see me play your deck, hang out with me in the amazing BoshNRoll community in Discord, access to my lists and sideboard guides before tournaments, book an individual coaching session, or just generally want to support what's going on here, check out the Patreon and YouTube membership options. For the finest Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, use code BoshNRoll for 10% off your order at coalesceapparel.shop. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. If you want to play what I'm playing, use my affiliate link to support the channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com and play any deck anytime on Magic Online with a cardhoarder.com loan account. Thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel once again for another Legacy video. This one brought to us from Patreon subscriber Kyle, who has sent me Splinter Twin. This deck, of course, inspired by the deck that got banned in Modern. The goal is to enchant Splinter Twin, which reads, enchant creature has tap, create a token that's a copy of this creature, except it has haste, exile that token at the beginning of the end step. If you equip a creature that can tap or untap permanents, such as Pestermite and Deceiver Exarch, you tap to make a copy. The copy untaps the original enchanted one, and you can do this as many times as you like, and you have that many creatures with haste, which is quite literally what they call a Splinter Twin situation, which has become a meme way to say A plus B wins the game. The cool thing about this deck is Pestermite and Deceiver Exarch both have flash. They're both 3-drops, and Splinter Twin is a 4-drop. So you can pass the turn representing just some blue-red deck or blue control deck. Then at the end of the turn, Flash and Pestermite tap their land that could be used to interact with you, and then slam Splinter Twin. Tapping the land could remove Lightning Bolt from the equation. Swords to Plowshares, Spell Pierce could cost them into days where they left up to play around days originally. It kind of puts them on now or never. If they left up a 1-mana removal spell, they have to respond in the end step, where maybe you don't even have the Splinter Twin, but they have to play like you do, and it just creates these really tricky flash threatening combo kill game states. And in the Legacy world, of course, it's just slotted into Izzet Delver. The version that Kyle sent me had actual Delvers in it. I actually 5-0'd, put up the trophy with a version with Ragavan, back when Ragavan was legal. But Ragavan's illegal now. I hit the ban list, as it deserves. And Kyle replaced Ragavan with Delver straight up, and sent me a very similar list. But I don't think Delver is the answer, because this build of the deck, with all the Exarchs, Pestermites, Splinter Twins, has significantly fewer spells. Maybe I should be careful with the word significantly. The math and stats heads out there will tell me it's insignificant, but there are more ways to miss with Delver in this deck than there are in a traditional Delver deck. So I went with Ledger Shredder instead. This is a card that does a lot of things that's good for this archetype specifically. If your opponent doesn't know what's coming, Ledger Shredder could flush out the Lightning Bolt or the Pyroblast or the Swords to Plowshares, whatever it is. This thing is scary enough to demand a removal spell as you work your way up to your 3-drops. If it survives, then you know they don't have a removal spell because they would have used it because this thing is scary. And while it sits in play, you can loot away bad cards. Like, maybe you're not going for the combo and you don't want that Deceiver Exarch. You can connive it away with Ledger Shredder. And if your opponent thinks they're clever in a game 2 after they know what you're up to, and they save that Swords to Plowshares for the 3-drop, you can just beat them with Ledger Shredder. It's just kind of what Delver would be doing in the deck as well, but in a way that actually feeds our combo engine rather than just runs kind of parallel to it. I just think Ledger Shredder is the better threat for this deck. Dragon's Rage Channeler checks a lot of those boxes too, helps us find the combo, is a threat on its own. Because this is a Ledger Shredder deck, I had to make room for some Mishra's Baubles, because you really want to be able to connive on turn 2 some amount of the time. Mishra's Bauble also supports Expressive Iteration, just gives you more hits for that in a deck with this high curve, like all these 3 and 4 drops. That's not really how Delver is built to maximize Expressive Iteration, so I put some Baubles in there to take the pressure off the average mana value of the deck. We've got the normal Delver mana base, but there's more basics. There's 2 extra basics in this list and 2 fewer fetches compared to the normal Delver mana base. Same number of lands, though. The reason is we got Blood Moon in the sideboard, and we want to be able to play through that. We're also building up to casting 3 and 4 drops, which traditional Delver doesn't, and this helps us insulate against Wasteland a little bit. Kyle's list had 2 basic mountains in it, and I definitely don't want 2. I might wish I had 1, but I added Mystic Sanctuary, and if I ever fetch Mountain and then can't Mystic Sanctuary, I'm going to feel really bad about it. I just think that Mystic Sanctuary is more powerful than Mountain for when it matters. You only really need Mountain against Wasteland decks where you also care about Pyroblast, and in those matchups, wasting each other kind of stinks. Oh, speaking of Wasteland, this deck doesn't have any of those. It's not the fetch lands we replaced, it's the Wastelands with 2 extra basics and the Steam Vents. So there's more mana sources. We're not going for a Wasteland attack style here. We are trying to combo out. And my favorite thing about this archetype, that always has been my favorite thing, in most sideboard games, you cut the Splinter Twins. Just get them out. Your opponent, if you get them in game 1, like they didn't see it coming, oh no, here comes all the Pyroblasts, all the Swords to Plowshares, the Plague Engineer on Fairy, like all these things start piling in, and your opponent starts playing, like always leaving up an answer because they don't want to just get comboed out, and then you're not even a Splinter Twin deck anymore. You could leave 1 in just in case, or you could just cut them entirely. I have in the sideboard 2 Chandra Torture Defiances and a Fable of the Mirror Breaker as just powerful things you can do at a similar mana cost to Splinter Twin that completely ignore Pyroblast, which is what I was going for with that. They also ignore Swords to Plowshares or push through it in a way that is meaningful. In the case of Fable of the Mirror Breaker, like you can plow the Goblin token or plow Kiki Jiki at the end, but it's a 2-for-1. And Plow and Pyroblast, all those things do nothing against Chandra. There's a second Snapcaster Mage in the sideboard. In the olden days in Modern, many a wizard just died with Combust or Rending Volley in their hand to bolt Snapcaster, bolt, attack you, nickel and dime you, and then you either die with Combust in your hand or you have to combust a Snapcaster Mage because you're losing to that without them even comboing. You can still deploy Pestermite as just a 2-1 flash and poke in for 2 damage and not even have Splinter Twin. That's the juke in the deck. That's why you see these weird, big, expensive red cards over here. We're just going to become like Izzet mid-range in the sideboard, and I'm excited about it. Well, that's the plan. Let's see if Modern still lives strong in Legacy today. Let's do it. I'm on the draw in round 1 with kind of a slow one, but I'm going to keep it. We're not playing Delver here. I have 3 lands to hit. I can do the Scry trick with Mishra's Bauble, look at my top card. If I like it, play Volcanic Island. If I don't like it, play Scalding Tarn and shuffle it away. And, of course, Island Ponder. You know I'm in, even with a Force of Will to keep us alive. Not sure where we're going yet, but we know how we're going there. Bloodstained Mire. Okay. Are we a combo deck or a Grixis deck? I am insulated against Thoughtseize at the very least. Ah, shit. I'm still insulated against Thoughtseize, so I'm going to let them resolve the Dark Ritual. Oh, it's this person. I believe I've played against this person quite a bit lately. Or at least this archetype. Turn 1 Nether Void. Get out of here. This is certainly an archetype that I've seen. This is like a Stompy deck that plays 4 Nether Voids and then a bunch of uncounterable things. Glad I had the force for that. Okay. Mishra's Bauble sees another force on top of my deck. I believe I am interested in that. I'm going to play Scalding Tarn and not cast Ponder. I'm just going to draw my card here. I can save the Ponder when I have complete control over it with a fetch land next turn. Or I have Force Blue card if I need to pitch Ponder. EI is the one I'm going to hold on to. Okay, another EI is great. That lets me ponder with some impunity here. Daze and Brainstorm. You can see Daze being very good. I don't want this twin for a while. Alright, I'm going to pop Daze in my hand. See where this goes. I gotta put something on the board though, because the other half of this deck is giant uncounterable 6-drops, like Chandra and whatever that giant dumb dragon is. I'm not going to counter a Simian Spirit Guide. That's not the play. I'm going to draw for turn, and then I'm going to Expressive Iteration off of a basic. Red to blue. Okay, Pestermite in hand, Island on the bottom, exile Flooded Strand, and play that. Start moving this thing forward. Shame I just buried the Splinter Twin, but we weren't ready. I got 9 turns to figure this out. Alright, we're just draw go over here. Force of Will. I could Brainstorm first. I could EI. I could probably do both. Yeah, I'm going to EI. Red, blue. Just keep it coming here. Ledger Shredder versus Dragon's Rage Channeler. Who do I want in my corner here? I could... I guess I don't really want both. I'm going to put Ponder in my hand. Ledger Shredder on the bottom. Exile DRC. And then cast DRC, which is Delirious, by the way. And I'm going to fetch off of a Volcanic Island. I don't know if this deck plays any mana disruption, but I want to make sure I can cast Splinter Twin if I find it. Ledger Shredder into the graveyard. Just shuffled that away and it didn't work. Okie dokie, artichokes. We got the Twin. And we're against a non-blue deck. And we're backed up by multiple Force of Wills and a Daze. Let's make this thing happen. As much as I would love to win game 1 without showing them what I'm up to, I am gonna fucking slam it. Okay, here comes my 3. I wonder if I should Pestermite the Badlands in the upkeep. I think I should. They've missed their land drops for quite some time. Here we go. My opponent just went from this sucks to, oh god, this sucks. Yeah, let's tap that Badlands. Yeah, you better offer that trade. My top card's Deceiver Exarch, which I don't really want. Guess we'll see if they can kill Pestermite. Lotus Petal chillin'. I mean, Deceiver Exarch is a blue card for these pair of forces, so I'm not gonna... I will keep that around. Do we have a Splinter Twin situation? Yeah, we do. Quite literally, Splinter Twin situation. Yeah, they were all in on that early Force of Will and... or that early... whatever that thing is, Nether Void. Piling up on cheap or free interaction is going to be important. They don't really have instants and sorceries other than like Dark Ritual against planeswalkers and enchantments and stuff they're trying to actually win with. So I'm going to not bring in Flusterstorm. This deck is probably going to have Pyroblast, but it's really tricky that normally I'd want to juke off of the combo, but this is a deck that's kind of built to cast big, dumb, uncounterable spells and overpower Delver's interaction, and having this eject button is pretty enticing. I don't think Lightning Bolt is important to this matchup. I'm actually going to stick to the combo here. I just think that's the way forward for what we're dealing with. I wish I knew if this was a Chalice of the Void deck. It would make sense given their fast mana and everything, but also they're a Dark Ritual deck, but that's never stopped Legacy Brewers before. Okay, I'm going to shave another Lightning Bolt and bring in an Emergency Meltdown. Okay, this makes sense. Until I see more of their deck, if there is a game 3, I might know if like Daze versus Chandra, or if I want all the Meltdowns. I don't think I want to Blood Moon this opponent. Move some pieces around, but mostly keep it coherent. Cannot keep this no-lander, even on the draw with Double Bobble. Then send that one. Okay, we've got Forest Blue card. I'm going to keep this, and now I have the choice to send the land or the Bobble. I think I'm going to send the land. Is that crazy? How hard do I want to go in on this Dragon's Rage Channeler? Alright, pretty hard. I'm bottoming Scalding Tarn. Let's go. Leyline of the Void. I've chosen poorly. I still get card selection here. Expedition map. That's weird and scary, but okay. Lotus Petal. Alright, and we just burnt off that mana. I like that. Okay, there's a Twin. I do at least continue to get card selection off of DRC, even if it will never become Delirious. Just looking for that land now. Alright, Brainstorm, get out of here. I have one of those already. And I'm going to bobble my opponent. See Dark Ritual. Yikes. And all 3 Brainstorms. Good stuff. I can Daze here. if I need to. We know they just drew Dark Ritual. Days might be a tough sell. Ooh, just loading up on Ancient Tomb over there. Preparing for that Helm of Obedience. Okay, yeah, Ponder is better at finding lands than Brainstorm is. There's one. Put that on top. And Days, Expressive Iteration, Volcanic Island. Do not shuffle. Play the Volk and get in for one. Maybe I wanted to stack the Days on top so I can mill that away. But also I'm not sure if Days is really where this game's going. Oh, Expedition Map. Spent 4 life to cast and then activate Expedition Map to find Basic Mountain. I'm glad that wasn't something crazier. This is 6 mana for Big Chandra, though. Oh, Inferno of the... Yeah, this is that dumb dragon idiot I was talking about. Can't be countered, Flying Haste. It's +1/+0 until end of turn. When its power becomes 20, it deals 20 to any target. Yeah, you got it. Okay. Couldn't counter that anyway. Checkmate, Days. So I'll get to EI this turn, binning the Days under the EI, and instead of looking dumb, I look smart. Blue-red. Put Days in the graveyard. Let's find a way out of this. Yikes, no land discovered. Deceiver, Exarch to my hand. EI is better than Snapcaster. EI to the bottom. Exile Snapcaster Mage. And I'm in some trouble here. So I take 6, go to 8. Does this thing have trample? Does not. And I can tap it as well. Oh, right. They can just pump it. Yeah, I need a land off the top immediately. Land off the top. Let's go. Easy game. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to attack. I hope you stabilize at 1. You've earned it. Okay, let's see if this is just the same turn again. They know what the third land means. So we're going to go to beginning of combat. And then I'm going to Deceiver Exarch. I can fight over a Pyroblast. And I kind of hope they do Pyroblast. All right, tap target permanent and opponent controls. How about this dragon? All right, land off the top, easy game. Always had it, never worried. Yeah, I kind of hope they do something here that I can spew off Force and or Daze to get some. I guess I can't Daze. Oh god. Well, I'm going to force that. Pitching the Daze, because I'm not at like a Daze phase of this game anyway. Let's just see a land on top. Spellpierce in the graveyard. All right, come on, deck. A land, let's go. Shit. Okay, so I need to change multiple cards in my hand to stabilize this game. I need another tap thing or a flying creature. Playing Brainstorm gives me a chance to hit land and a Pestermite. Ponder gives me more looks at Ledger Shredder, but I think Brainstorm does more for me overall. Twin into the graveyard, and disappointing. I guess I can Brainstorm again, and if the second and third card down are land Ledger Shredder, there's a game here. I'm gonna put Exarch and Snapcaster Mage back, and then I'm gonna Brainstorm, milling the Snapcaster Mage. Graveyard and Moment of Truth. There's the land. It was the 4th card down. My heart is broken. All right, we've lost this one. That was close. Yeah, big flying dingus. Got me good. Alrighty. Big flying dingus. Can I do anything about that? Not really. Like, I'm not gonna like double bolt. Yeah, the ley line was a large part of that game, but I guess I would have lost my DRC 1,000 years ago. Would have just had to attack into that thing. Fable of the Mirror Breaker is really good against Trinisphere and Land Denial and all of these things that they do. Chandra doesn't really help me. I mean, she does make mana. That's pretty exciting, but I want to be able to actually still combo kill my opponent. Right, I'm going to shave a Daze to make room for Fable. Daze is pretty risky against Simian Spirit Guide decks. You just never know. Okay, I'm going in like this. On the play... Force, blue card, and stuff to do. Yeah, I'm in. Just gonna play this Flooded Strand and pass. Turn 1 Expedition Map. Got it. Okay, another fetch land. I could just drop this Steam Vents in now. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not using the mana. I'm not bluffing anything. I mean, hardcast days just came off the table. But if they're respecting days, they're respecting days. And my life total might matter. Like 2 more life points in that last game, I could take 7. Oh no, there's a Saga revealed in game 3. Could have brought in Blood Moon. Okay, I am not going to fetch yet. I am going to bobble my opponent. And the Meltdown's in my hand, so Saga's not too bad here. Bloodstained Mire on top. Play my basic island and play my Fable. Yeah, I'm just going to lean into red mana in case they disrupt me somehow. And Fable. Who's the stompy deck now? Alright, here's a Gobbo. To pass the turn, draw a card. And then I get to loot up to 2 cards in my next turn, or rummage up to 2 cards in my next turn. The Bloodstained Mire is going away. What if they tutor up Bloodstained Mire? That would be so funny. Probably getting Ancient Tomb, though, would be my guess. Unless there's some insane tech land that I haven't seen yet. Ancient Tomb it is. Draw for Bobble. Alright, now I have a non-Pestermite blue card to pitch. That's going to be an interesting decision. I don't really want to discard any of the cards in my hand to Fable. That's awkward. But if my Goblin gets to attack once, then it makes up for this land. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. No need to make a plan yet. We don't know what's going on. There's the Tomb. Is there a big spell coming, or is this going to make Saga stuff happen? Okay, looks like we're just going to my turn. Draw a card, Spell Pierce. I may discard up to 2 cards. I would like to use this ability, and I do just want to aggressively dig for the twin here. I'm discarding 2 cards, and I'm going to attack, see if I get my treasure. They can make a construct, but it's only a 1/1 right now. Don't get a trade out of the deal. And then I found a Dragon's Rage Channeler, which lets me brainstorm for gigantic bonus value. Brainstorm in the graveyard. I'm looking for land or twin here. Ooh, land is interesting. That lets me put back and cast Ponder. Like I could EI right now, spending my treasure. If I put Brainstorm Ponder, or yeah, Brainstorm Ponder on top. Then Shock and Steam Vents. Expressive Iteration. I can put Ponder in the graveyard, which makes me delirious. And then see Brainstorm plus 2 other cards. And I can cast the Brainstorm. I don't think I want another force. EI in hand, force on the bottom, exile Brainstorm, and then cast Brainstorm with my treasure. Just going off here. Force of Will on top. I will keep that one around. Having double force, double blue cards, pretty exciting. This is too many lands. I will put the lands on top and hopefully have an excuse to surveil one of them away. All right, we're going to see some construct activity in the end step. Hope that the Meltdown blows this game out. They get a tutor. If they have some graveyard hate in the tutor package, they can knock me off Delirium at least. But that's not really... I mean, it's nice. Like having a 3/3 flying on this board where Ancient Tomb is their primary mana source is pretty exciting. But that's an incentive to get Shadow Spear. They could just like float mana, get Lotus Petal, cast one of the 6-drops. That would suck. I kind of really want to see this Ancient Tomb tap and make a construct here. Just play into the Meltdown. Give it to me. Okay, there we go. The Meltdown has been played into. See what the payout is here. Chrome Mox, that's exciting. Pitching Leyline. As good as that's going to get. Could even cast Dark Ritual. I think I need to force Dark Ritual here, because this Dark Ritual plus any Spirit Guide gets them one of the busted 6-drops. Can I pitch EI, or do I need to force pitching Force and hope that the game ends soon enough that I don't care about that? I could pitch the Pestermite. Like, I haven't found the twin yet, and I am ahead on board. All right, I'm going to pitch the Pestermite. I have this land on top that I know I'm going to mill. Veil that into the graveyard. Okay, hopefully we just delayed a 6-drop long enough to cast this Meltdown, and then they lose their black source. Not ready to trade this DRC. Okie dokie. I'm gonna go to my turn. Kiki Jiki's gonna flip. I'm going to Meltdown for 0. Bang. Get a Surveil out of this. Daze, not what I'm interested in. And get rid of all that. Then, does it matter if I attack first or EI first? I don't think so. I guess knowing if I have a treasure or not could matter. Like if they had some lightning bolt pre-combat. Okay, opponent's at 9. Aggressive iteration. Snapcaster Mage, do I want that? That's a pretty good one to copy with Reflection of Kiki Jiki. I'll leave that on top. Also a guaranteed blue card for Force. Wowie, okay. Snapcaster in hand, Expressive Iteration on the bottom, exile Expressive Iteration. Then I'm going to cast this EI with my treasure. Blue-red. Let's just go insane here. I'm going to put that into the graveyard. There's enough 1-drops and other lands in the deck that I think we can do this. Okay. Ledger Shredder in hand. Twin on the bottom, exile Bauble. How quickly things change. Here's Bauble. This land in the graveyard again. That land could have gotten Mystic Sanctuary, but I'm not worried about that. And I am just going to fire off Bauble here. Nether Void on top. All right, go ahead, cast that. Resolves. Shuffled it away anyway. Nether Void's gone. Bauble draws Daze. That's a nice backup to this Force of Will. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hook. Oh no. Oh no. Big Chandra here to steal this game. Shit. Are any of these elementals? Nope. Well, bad news, folks. It's okay though. Ledger Shredder will be bigger than Chandra when it matters. This deals 3 damage to each non-elemental. Opponent's at 6 from the Ancient Tomb. Oh, Shredder can trigger Shredder. Get me a Connive. Get me out of Chandra range. I could also just pass with Shredder and then snap some spell on their turn, which puts multiple. I think I just want the second Shredder. But Snapcaster is like that extra beats. Like Snap Spell Pierce is strong, Snap Brainstorm is strong. Yeah, I'm just going to pass here. Okay, I have a guaranteed way to connive at instant speed. Alright, giving me an emblem. Trinisphere. Well, I suppose I have to respond to that one. Gonna Snapcaster Mage. Targeting Spell Pierce. Does that kill my opponent if they pay for it? It does. Okay. I'm gonna target Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce gives me a Connive. A discard Dragon's Rage Channeler. Keep my blue card count up. Nice to have a sneaky little soft hard counter here. And I remain lifetime undefeated with Splinter Twin for the time being. Let's go. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and every other format you'll see on this channel. They have multiple customizations so you can view your deck how you want. Text view, stacks, grid, custom grouping by type, subtype, color, light mode, dark mode. However you want to see your deck, they can provide it for you. My favorite feature is you can choose your set printing, make the deck look exactly how you want it to. The deck screen features expandable sections that show you what tokens your deck makes, your recent change history to the deck, stats about mana curve and opening hand distribution, mana cost distribution. You can deal out sample hands and even play test the deck. Island Ponder. You know I'm keeping this one. This site has everything. Follow me on Moxfield.com to keep up with decks I'm playing for the channel and what I'm up to in paper. I'll see you there. I'm on the draw in round 2 against the Yorion strategy. I'm going to keep this. I think Lightning Bolt and Force of Will cover a lot of the bases that I'd be worried about on turn 1 out of a Yorion deck. Death and Tax is confirmed. I have to force this, I think. There's some argument to, like, maybe I save Force specifically for Swords of Plowshares or Solitude, but I don't think that's where we're going to end up here. This is a situation where I would like to have the basic mountain in the deck, but I'm going to pull ahead here with DRC, see what we got. And we'll see if this gamble of pitching Ponder instead of Ledger Shredder will pay off. Mother. I'm going to bolt in the upkeep because that gives me an extra surveil before I have to draw, and I'm bolting this mother no matter what. Brainstorm's really good. Yeah, I'll keep that card. Get my poke in with DRC. I'm not going to brainstorm trying to find like Mishra's Bauble for velocity. Like, let's just get this brainstorm to find me a land next turn. Uh-oh. Wasteland and Thalia. Your boy's in trouble. Oh, shit. I meant to brainstorm in response to Thalia and just forgot. I was mapping it all out and it just did not occur. Okay. Whoops. Luckily unpunished somehow. Okay. I think I want to insulate against the next Wasteland here and cast my Brainstorm. Or looks at another land, EI to the graveyard. Come on, lands. Okay, we found a land. Found Twin and Pestermite. Definitely Pyroblast going away, and we're a long way off of Splinter Twin as well, with this Thalia chilling. Okay. Yeah, they had a chance to definitely put me in the dirt with that Wasteland and didn't take it. I'm going to take my 2 here. Schadenport and Wasteland. My goodness. We're in trouble, team. Stoneforge Mystic. All right. Found Lion Sash. Cool. I'm going to fetch now. Get a Steam Vents while it's free to do. Schadenport is kind of annoying, but I'm going to let it happen. Never punished. I can Pestermite this turn or set up Ledger Shredder for the future. I think I want to get Shredder down. Right, still can't attack here. I wonder if Lion Sash, like they actually think that's the best equipment on this board, or if they already have Cauldra. 5th mana, 3 cards in hand. One of them's Lion Sash. Glyclave Apparition. Disappointing. Goodbye, Shredder. I love you. I'll miss you. And Thalia in for her points. All right, there's no Cauldra in this hand. Confirmed. This Wasteland just never used, never worried about it. All right, I'm going to EI and try to hit the land. That will also give me Bolt. Days can go in the graveyard. I think we're past that. Life is pain. Brainstorm or Force of Will? Which of these cards do I think is more useful in this game? Probably Brainstorm. Brainstorm, Exile Force, Bottom Force. That hurt. This is the first land drop I've missed this game too. So like I've been just making land drops into this onboard Wasteland forever, and Stoneforge wasn't activated. Interesting. All right, let's shuffle. Wasteland, okay. All right, the Wasteland has finally cracked. They did that to play around Mystic Sanctuary, it seems like. Makes sense. And they had 2 mana up in the end step, right? And just didn't Stoneforge. But now I'm taking real chunks. I'm on a 2-turn clock here. Okay, I think I bolt Thalia in the upkeep. Get that card selection, unlock the Brainstorm. Oh, bummer. All right, Pestermite in the graveyard. Now my opponent knows what I'm up to. Draw for turn. Brainstorm. Ponder can stay. I'm going to put it in the graveyard. I'm just swinging for Splinter Twin at this point. Flooded Strand, and I think Force of Will's got to go. Got to just tap out into this shit. I think I'm dead, though. Like, I have to attack here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can attack me for 6 next turn, then I have to fetch. I'm not sure this is winnable. Oh, I could... Oh, still not interested in Stoneforge Mystic. Just really respecting this Lightning Bolt. Spirit of the Lab. Okay. Annoying, but okay. Okay, so what they're doing here is they're trying to blow out my Mystic Sanctuary. So I am going to just fetch Mystic Sanctuary in the end step, target Lightning Bolt, flush out this Lion Sash. Mystic Sanctuary, target Lightning Bolt. Yep, there it is. Like, this doesn't change Delirium and doesn't grow Lion Sash, which is like a fine way to do this. I'm holding the EI anyway, which is what I'm really trying to do here. Oh no, can I survive? 1, 2, 3, 4. Not if Dragon's Rage Channeler. Tax, which it has to. Damn. This is close. I can Pestermite, untap my land, then EI, and cast 2 spells this turn, but that doesn't stabilize me. I think I just need to EI, see what happens here. Wobble in the graveyard. Daze Deceiver Exarch. Okay, Deceiver Exarch in hand. Daze on the bottom, exile the island. Deceiver Exarch can block, which Pestermite cannot. Big difference here. Okay, let's see if I've snuck this away somehow. 2 cards in their hand. Oh no, Rishadan Port can take me off the second red. I would have to draw a red source and be at a serviceable life total. All right, Deceiver Exarch. I believe this is going to tap. All right, so I have to 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I have to tap Lion Sash. That hits the hardest. Like, that's the one that can attack through Deceiver Exarch. Much as I'd love to tap the Rishadan Port, we don't have room for that. I could also just cast Solitude here. I'm dead. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if their hand is just 2 blanks, this isn't too bad. Red source off the top does it for me. Oh, you can flicker your Skyclave Apparition and kill the Exarch. Okay, that removes the necessity to Rishadan Port, which you can still do anyway. Puts a flyer into play. Okay, my Deceiver's gone. Oh, they didn't even tap. Does that mean that there's something in the Stoneforge Mystic? What does that mean? 1, 2, 3. I have 6 total mana between the Pestermite and my lands. I need 7 to do everything I want to do. I guess. I mean, DRC just has to attack. That's not an option. Then I can play the other one on defense mode. Oh, we're blocking with Flicker Wisp. I like that. Okay, so backup DRC on blocking duty with a 2/2 and Pestermite also still chilling. Lion Sash can start doing stuff here. Oh no. The last card in hand was the secret equipment. That's rough. I guess that doesn't matter. Now they're hellbent and I just got to rip a red source to win the game. I can block. All right, Pestermite. Let's go, buddy. Tap the germ token. Yes, tap the Phyrexian germ token. Expect. Oh, nothing. Does that mean? Oh no. All right. That doesn't change anything except my ability to cantrip. All right, red source off the top for the win. Red source off the top for the win. Here comes the Rishadan Port. Yep. Red source, fetch land. Let's go. No! Fuck you, main deck Pyroblast. All right, we're dead. That was a pretty great game. One too many basic islands showed up, and I did fetch one of them. If I had just leaned in and said, you know, fuck it, I need red mana to win this game, I would have won this game. If that just the one fetch for basic island early on. Yikes. Disappointing. Okay, Null Rod's good. Pyroblast is bad. Snapcaster Mage is good. They have a lot of removal and a lot of way to make this expensive. I think I might want to leave like 1 in as an eject button to dig for if I find myself in a position to do so. But mostly it's not good. I'm bringing in Null Rod so these baubles get worse. Don't think I want Blood Moon. Fable, probably not. Chandra seems cool. Swords of Plowshare is really bad against Chandra. She might be hard to cast, but I'm kind of into the effects she'll have on the game. I don't think I want Meltdown. These decks don't usually play Saga anymore. Though cleaning up Aether Vials and Lion Sash is not nothing. But it would also kill my Null Rod. I'm bringing in Null Rod to do that. Never mind. Stop it. Don't think I want Spell Pierce. Do I just bring a twin back in? Have 4 mana red spells in the deck. I could bring in Fable. It's just really hard to tempo out Death and Taxes. They're like built for that to not happen. So I think I do want to keep some medium amount of combo potential in the deck. Okay, let's do it like this. I was a coward and lost for it. fetching basic lands. Weak. Also, the turn I tried to bait the Lion Sash, which was successful. That could have just been a red source. Blew it. Okay, this hand is very slow to the party, but I think I'm going to keep it. It will at least cast Ledger Shredder. That is likely to occur. All right, I'm just going to fetch Steam Vents in the end step here. Get those committed. So I'm likely to shock in the other one right now. I was about to say Daze would be a great draw, because that counters this Swords to Plowshares and connives me. Okay, they didn't have Swords to Plowshares. Gonna have to Daze Thalia here. Alright, they don't have that either. That actually sucks, because I don't have anything to do. Ponder, let's go. Good to find a spell here. Land and another Ponder. I do like those things. Okay, I'm going to draw the Scalding Tarn now and get my attack in here. Maybe I should have stacked the second land on there and just jam Chandra next turn. But if I Daze, that doesn't work. If they Thalia, that doesn't work. Okay, maybe not. Skyclave Appy. Daze. Okay, glad I didn't line up a Chandra for next turn. Okay, I can Expressive Iteration first. I think that's where I want to start. And already completely exposed to Wasteland. I'm not going to live in fear this time. Blue-red. Put Snoutcaster Mage in my hand. Splinter Twin on the bottom. Exile Ponder. Shock in Steam Vents. And play that Ponder from exile, which gives me a Connive. I'm pretty far away from this Splinter Twin. Let's be serious. Alright. Dump the Twin. Get to Ponder. Another Daze in my hand. Okay. I'm drawing Daze, and if I don't have to Daze anything, I have the land on top for Chandra. We got Bolt, Snap, Bolt set up. The classic Death and Taxes Slayer. See if it gets anywhere here. I hope they just like play Stoneforge Mystic and pass the turn. Oh, mother. Alright, well, Rashad Port messes up my Chandra, but I can Bolt the Mother with whatever land they target. Ooh. Not interested, huh? Let's try to punish that. Red sources all in all day. Big Chandra, 4-drop, sliding through the Rashad Port. Deal 4 damage to target creature. How about that one? And I am not going to attack because Cathar Commando is a card in their deck, and I don't want to lose my Chandra to a Leonin Blade of the Six Pride with Flash. I think I can save the 2 damage in exchange for having this Planeswalker in play more likely next turn. Skyclave Apparition still clears it, but then I can bolt it, get a 4-drop, or a 4/4. And now I have 2 really scary permanents to overload the apparitions with. I can Daze the Solitude. And Bolt, Snap, Bolt, still chilling. Oh, look at this. Iganjo was the card. When your opponent doesn't make the obvious play, give them credit. Like, they didn't port me. I could be like, oh, they fucked up. Or I could be like, oh, they're doing something else. I can add red and cast Expressive Iteration. That sounds pretty strong, actually. Don't think I really need to draw a card. All right, I'm going to add red. Ooh, we have a response here. Oh, I get to hardcast Daze of Solitude. Or do I even want to hardcast it? No. I'm going to float blue and just Daze it the old-fashioned way. So I'm going to use that blue mana anyway. I have tons of mana. I want to spend lots of it now. All right. Iteration, which connives first. Can even connive this land. Which I am going to do. I have many of them. Okay. Force of Will in my hand. Floated Strand on the bottom. Exile Ledger Shredder. And then blue with the red floating play Shredder. I can make my land drop for the turn. And now I'm good to attack. Bolt, Snap, Bolt still on the menu. I guess I can't Bolt, Snap, Bolt. I can Bolt, Snap, which is less exciting. Stoneforge Mystic resolves. That one I can tangle with the Lightning Bolt. Getting Cauldra, okay. They are 2 lands away from casting that Cauldra. And Flicker Wisp, okay. Let's connive a bit. Draw and discard Dragon's Rage Channeler. And draw and discard. I think I'm good on lands. Maybe I should have spread that love around a little bit. Do I think they're going to flicker my big Ledger Shredder? Or, and I could connive more. I could force pitching Ponder. Yeah, I'm kind of into this. It's force pitching Ponder, and then when I bolt Stoneforge Mystic, I get 2 more connives. And then the bolt's actually in the graveyard for the Snapcaster that I've been talking about forever. Oh wait, are they dead if I go face? If I bolt face, they're at 12. I can connive at least 1 spell, Snap Bolt, activate Chandra, 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, this looks lethal to me. All right, I'm going face. Let's party. Okay, I'm going to discard spells to both of these, so DRC goes, and Deceiver Exarch goes too. I'd rather keep the Force of Will. Bolt to the face. Draw for turn. Null Rod. Okay, that's a spell I'm pretty happy to discard. I exile the top card of my library. And, oh wow. My plan was to just dome my opponent, but should I EI here? They go to 10, 4, 5, 6. Can I kill them and cast Expressive Iteration, I guess is the question. So if I EI, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, I cannot. Am I worried about Cauldra? I guess that's the follow-up question. All right. No, I'm committed to the kill my opponent life here. Snapcaster Mage, target Lightning Bolt, and bolt my opponent. I'm going to connive away the Null Rod. Come on, spell. Oh no. All right. 5, 6, 7. Oh, this is lethal already. I can discard. Yeah, the bolt resolves, switch it to 7. Okay, and I can protect it with force. Get in there. Yeah, now Solitude doesn't even matter. Cool. That was fun. Tempo line. Big Chandra against Death and Taxes out of Delver, like you read about. That was fun. This is a matchup, though, where I really miss my 4th Lightning Bolt. There was iterations of the deck that had 4 in the main deck. There was one where I had Pyroblast main deck and 1 bolt in the board, and I ended up just deciding on 3 bolts because Splinter Twin's mostly my plan to win the game. But this is a matchup where you definitely want as many of those as you can get. Okay, Daze is a blue card for Force at the very least, and Daze has been pretty good so far. Don't think I want Fable, though maybe I do. Like, if I cut a Daze for Fable here, oh, Null Rod isn't in my deck, which makes treasures not treasures anymore. Yeah, that's tricky. I really don't like Surgical Extraction against linear deck or non-linear decks. Like, if your deck's not named after a card or a mechanic, I probably don't want Surgical. But if I can, like, force the first plow, then get rid of the rest. That's actually a huge deal in this matchup. But it's also a card spent that does not impact the board, which is a huge deal in the wrong direction in this matchup. It does trigger Ledger Shredder, and Daze on the draw is pretty whack. Okay, don't try this at home, kids, but I'm bringing in 1 Surgical Extraction. This hand is very good. I'm going to keep it. Basically just missing a Lightning Bolt. Ooh, no Aether Vial, no problem. 2 Shredders. I'm going to get my DRC in. I've made my position on Wasteland in this matchup clear, which is fuck it. Okay, no Wasteland. I'm going to play Shredder now. That way, if they do any, I guess, like, playing around Daze. Yeah, I'm not going to, like, Daze a card that isn't actually countered just for a Connive and a Surveil. I don't think that's the way. But, yeah, maybe I should have just attacked first. Wow, just nothing. I got a lot of basics in my deck. Okay. Thalia is in. Successfully played around Daze. Going after the basic. Alright, yeah, let me just get another one of those. Don't mind if I do. Okay. Come on. Something. I don't even know what I'm asking for. I'm just like, come on, magic card. I'm gonna play my 2nd Shredder here. And attack with the first one. I could have dazed my own Shredder and paid for it to get a Connive and a Surveil, but I don't think setting myself back a land makes any sense. Being able to actually fetch and pay for days here is exciting. That Ghost Quarter did not find a home. Didn't even take me off a color, just turned basic land into a different basic land. Thalia can attack into my 1/3. Life is good over here. Ooh, I think I'm gonna just EI here off of Volcanic Island. This gives them a window to daze me, or to do something where I don't have daze up because of Thalia, but I think actually hitting the card is better. All right, sorry, Splinter Twin. You're delirium fuel today. Solitude, okay. Pitching Sanctum Prelate. All right. That, I couldn't daze that anyway. All right, see you later. Bummer. Expressive Iteration to my hand. Or do I want Force of Will in my hand? EI on the bottom. Yeah, I'll exile this daze that I can't play, and then make my land drop and attack. I think having Force in hand is just the way to go here. They just 2-for-1 themselves after not really doing anything to remove one of my 2 possible creatures. That smells like weakness to me. Cycling Timeless Dragon. Okay. Well, they can Eternalize Timeless Dragon this turn, and there's not a normal thing I can do about that. Yeah, Thalia gets to fight here. And Big Chandra clears the dragon when I get to 5 mana someday. Could happen. Believe in me. Okay, Brainstorm. Let's see what happens here. I would love to trigger a Connive. Land into the graveyard. I got lots of those. Oh shit, this is going to give me delirium. Damn it. I should have second mained this. I have fucked up. I'm going to lose my creature for no reason at all. I'm bad and I should feel bad. Okay, how am I going to recoup from this? Oh, nope. I can't even snap Brainstorm to lose delirium because of Thalia. Okay, I will put Null Rod and Brainstorm on top. Oh, maybe they'll respect Lightning Bolt. That would be cool. Null Rod and Snapcaster Mage. All right, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to attack. I should attack with both creatures. Just sell the Lightning Bolt. Attacking with only one creature here. This is old limited read bluff bullshit. Okay. They did not fall for it, which is fine. Do I want to clear the top of this deck and then do stuff? I think I do. Oh, I could have Mystic Sanctuary to lose Delirium. That would have been the way to do it. Bummer. All right. I messed up. Let's see if I can find a way out of here anyway. So if I fetch for Volcanic Island first, trying to think of a way where I can get my value off of... Oh no, I just need to not Mystic Sanctuary is the trick. All right, so I will get my Surveil first. Yeah, Mystic Sanctuary would have saved my creature. Lightning Bolt, curse you. I mean, I'm happy to see you, but also curse you. Now this is awkward, because if I don't bin this now, what am I going to bin? Yeah, I think I want Chandra. All right, put Bolt in the graveyard, connive. Who's this land? Yeah, I think I just need to leave up Force Blue card and play towards Chandra here. Put the 2 Pestermites on top. Oof, that was an awkward turn. Yeah, I just didn't think long enough about how I can get a card type out of my graveyard. Probably just taking 6 here. Yep. And if I can stick Chandra... Oh, that's not happening. Skyclave Apparition. Oh, that's annoying. Pestermite's on top of my deck, but I'm about to lose it anyway. I guess I Mystic Sanctuary for Lightning Bolt to clear Chandra. Or not Chandra, whoever that is, Thalia. And then I force this Apparition. Pitching Daze. They don't wasteland me. I'm just Fonzie though. Alright. Nope. No love. Okay. I get to Lightning Bolt Thalia. And then Brainstorm, which comes with a Connive. Brainstorm comes with a Connive. I'm going to discard Daze. That's nice. Oh no, my clock is hurting here. Put back both DRCs. Or DRC land. Yeah, and then I can play one of these. See if they want to go on defense here or just keep pounding. I'm going to attack. Aggressive posture. Let's take it. If they leave Timeless Dragon back on defense, then I get to eat that and bash for 1,000,000. Root of the Guard is scary, but probably not till next turn. Flicker Wisp, yep, get the chain going. Are you going to attack? Do you have Swords to Plowshares, I guess are the questions. Oh no! The Ghost Quarter is actually brutal. Let me draw my card. Oh, good. We got in there. Yeah, a little too late for that one. Float red. Use the ability, yes. Okay, never mind. There are none of those left. I thought I had one more. Lost track. Yeah, if they had forced the shuffle earlier, it would have worked. Volcanic Island, Big Chandra. I get to Surveil. Ponder is a good one to keep around. Roast the Timeless Dragon. And I am not going to let Recruiter of the Guard kill Chandra for free. They're going to have to come up with an answer. Like, they could flicker it out, but then they don't get to flicker the Recruiter, which I'm sure was the main plan. Yeah, you're just not getting that for free. You still get it, but you're going to have to pay for it. Chandra's gone. She did her job, eventually. Shredder's back. Ponder gets to trigger all of my friends here. Ledger Shredder on top. Yeah, that's a good one. And I'm going to cast Ledger Shredder, triggering Ledger Shredder, discarding Null Rod, growing Ledger Shredder. Discard Null Rod, and attack with both creatures. They're probably going to trade off with DRC. I got Brainstorm on top, which can shred some more. Yorion just put in hand. Brainstorm, let's go. How about Snapcaster Mage? Oh, baby, Snapcaster Mage. All right. Lightning Bolt, Snapcaster Mage. Or how do I do this? Lightning Bolt EI. Right. And then I Snapcaster Mage, which triggers both of these. Discard EI. Discard Lightning Bolt. Snapcaster resolves. And target Lightning Bolt, which I think should clear the Recruiter. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I'm going face. I'm going to put you to 1. I know Yorion's in hand, but I feel like I can push through it. Oh, but Recruiter can tutor the Solitude. Yeah, maybe I fucked that up. Just playing fast. Root of the Guard, trigger. Do you have a white card to go with the Solitude? Do I blank on a spell? Yeah, I forgot about my second Connive last turn. I was trying to set up that Lightning Bolt. I just playing fast. I'm not thinking about everything I need to. Like, Lightning Bolt wins it. Snapcaster wins it. A cantrip is insane. Ooh, Cathar Commando. That's not what I thought you were going to get. Either they already have Solitude or that wasn't on the menu. If they do Solitude, I hope they do it now before I draw and give me some Connives. Oh, we got the GGs in the chat, though. Is there really only one Solitude in the list, or there's just no white cards in the hand? But you could block Bounce Yorion, that is a white card. There just must not be a Solitude. Wow, that was an insane match. GG's, opponent. We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Friendly reminder that if you're still here and having fun, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can use my affiliate link for TCG Player to support the channel while you shop for cards, and you can try any deck anytime with a cardhoarder.com loan account for Magic Online. All these links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. On the draw in round 3, I'm going to keep this Ponder hand. Yeah, that last round got a little sloppy on the final turns when there were 2.5 minutes on the clock. But scoreboard. A Misty Reinforced strategy from an opponent who mulled to 6. Could be anything. I'm still going to cast Ponder. My deck's proactive enough that I don't really need to know what I'm playing against in order to Ponder. And Force of Will and Expressive Iteration are hard to argue with, no matter who you are. So I'll put Force in hand now, and then I have the EI on top for next turn. I get to cast Ledger Shredder. If they do something, I can force and get a Connive. Well, if I force and Daze on their turn 3, I get a Connive and get to mess up whatever they're doing. All right, JK, Wasteland deck. You got me. Delvermere tricked me. Okay, here's this card. I'm going to play this Scalding Tarn and pass. I could play Mystic Sanctuary, try to guarantee 2 mana next turn, but I think shuffling the top of my deck and getting fresh looks is probably better than that. Brainstorm, yep. Yeah, that Wasteland was actually pretty rough. Plenty of lands in the deck, plenty of game left to play, but tricked me with the Misty Rainforest. And go. Just no Ponder, no threat. This might be the, like, Bullwinkle Delver that doesn't actually have Delver. It's a little bit of a bigger, slower deck. That would make sense. Oh, it's not this at all. Okay, just some Jeskai deck. All right, it's all making sense. I was right that Izzet Delver wouldn't have started a game that way, but this is not Izzet Delver. It's some Jeskai Magic Cards contraption. It's going to be really important here, though, that we find a land or way to find a land. Getting just aggro double Wasteland cheesed when I'm mana screwed is a way that this doesn't happen for me. I am not going to mess around with Steam Vents because Daze is in my hand and they have a creature and I don't. I'm just going to play for shit. All right. Going to have to play my Sanctuary. It hurts. Hurts, team. Moment of truth. Am I getting Wastelanded? They've certainly seen enough cards. Aggressive iteration. Okay, I'm going to let the Surveil resolve, and then I'm going to float blue and Daze this. This protects my good land from Wasteland, and it punishes them for sandbagging the land drop, or they might just not even have the land drop, which works for me too. Cool. They did get to surveil a creature into the graveyard, though, but it's time to shred some ledges. They can Daze me here. Do I want to force this? I'm going to let the surveil happen first. I could just take 3 and chill. They put Stoneforge Mystic in the graveyard. All right, I am not going to pay for this Daze or force the Daze. Showing me Stoneforge Mystic in your deck, Ledger Shredder doesn't do better than that. They showed me they didn't have a Wasteland last turn. It would have had to come off the top of the deck now if they have it. I can afford to take 3 and turtle up a little bit here. Fuck! This is an outrage. I'm calling the police. I even drew the best possible card to trigger Ledger Shredder immediately. Pain and suffering are my lot in life. Lightning Bolt on top of their deck. Okay. Ponder. Not helpful. Okay. Dragon's Rage Channeler getting in here. When otherwise I would have had a 2/4 in front of it. Can I get a land? No chance. Ponder, what's up? You're a land. I am unfortunately at 3 on the board right now. My opponent can attack me to 6 and bolt me to 3 with the bolt that we know is in their hand. Yeah, go ahead. Just casually getting Delvered over here. And DRC puts me to 3. Dead to another bolt, but I do have force. Maybe be alive a little bit. Second Channeler. That's not good. I'm dead to that also. Just dead to everything they're doing. I'm going to force this pitching EI. It's not pretty, but I believe it's necessary. We go to my turn. For the first time in my entire life, I have mana to do anything with. I mean, my Channeler blocks their Channeler. I think that's a better place to start than Ledger Shredder. And this is what I got. I'm dead to Prismatic Ending, dead to Lightning Bolt. Still alive to Swords to Plowshares. We can Daze Murktide Regent. We know all 4, or we know 3 of the cards in their hand are spells. One of them was just drawn, could be a land. Ponder. Okay, Daze just got better. Kept a card. Don't like that. Chose to shuffle. They kept the card with their Surveil, then pondered and chose to shuffle. What? Okay, I mean, good job. You found your 3rd Wasteland, but what? What just happened? Okay, I'll block. Okay, land off the top. Keep it going. Oh, wait, I knew that was there. Just wishing for things that cannot possibly happen. All right, well, we're dead to everything. Stoneforge Mystic. All right, I'm good. I'm good. Just opponent had 3 Wastelands, and I did not. Yeah, missing on the land, basically at every opportunity. Mystic Sanctuary, if that was a normal land, we're in that game, but it's not. It's all good. Okay. We've got Spell Pierce and Flusterstorm I like. Snapcaster Mage I like. They didn't see the Splinter Twin stuff, but they're going to have their Pyroblast anyway. Kind of a damned if I do, damned if I don't situation here. I think Blood Moon's going to be good against them. Usually the low to the ground 3-color decks can't afford to play basics. I'm going to get off Splinter Twin, but I'm going to leave in some Pestermites, make them think about it. A Pyroblast should come in. This got to be a Murktide Regent deck. Probably want my Chandras. They can fight Stoneforge, Mystic. Fable seems good. I guess, like, how deep of a juke am I going here? If I cut my Baubles and Deceiver, Exarch, some of the Force of Wills. Can I get Null Red in here? Do I want Null Red in here? That only helps if they get Resolve Stoneforge and get stuff going with it, which is kind of what I'm trying to stop from happening. All right, I'll try the Weirdo strat. Sucks having to board it out even though they didn't see any part of it. Maybe I should have, like, I didn't even have the chance to connive. I was about to say maybe I should have, like, connived a Pestermite into the graveyard so they respect it, but not even an option. On the play, bunch of lands and Ponder, I'll keep it. This one's kind of interesting because I might want to lead on Volcanic Island to get them to commit a Wasteland if they have one. But no, that doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm the control deck here. I'm trying to cast Chandras and Blood Moons and shit. Let's just ponder while I can. All right. There's a parade of Ledger Shredders in my opponent's near future. My next 3 turns are all going to be me casting Ledger Shredder. Do I want to jam Ledger Shredder into this obvious Pyroblast or Lightning Bolt or Daze or... Yep, I do. Because my hand, that's all my hand does. I can play around Bolt. I can play around Daze by waiting a turn, but Bolt and Pyroblast are going to happen anyway. There you go. You got it. 1 down. Brainstorm. Brainstorm, that could have been Dazed, and they did see Daze get last game, so they either don't have a land or they're swinging wildly. Yeah, like, this is fine here. I kept this hand, like, on the strength of not really caring too much about that. Get a second island and Ledger Shredder. No Daze here. DRC, all right. And no land. They were looking for land. That was the correct read. Proud of me. All right. Here's Steam Vents, and I'm going to Ledger Shred and attack for 1. I could Pyroblast to connive and just get these things out of bolt range, but I think this Pyroblast is going to find a better target than that. All right, they have a Reb here. Yeah, Reb was not going... Like, getting it up to 2-4 was not going to stop Red Elemental Blast. They just milled their Cauldra, trying to hit land drops. I get to Mystic Sanctuary this turn. That's fun. Land drop, Mystic Sanctuary. Mystic Sanctuary, regrow that Ponder. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, I don't have enough mana to cast 2 Pestermites this turn. I'll just pass into their turn. And I'm going to Pestermite their land. You got an instant, now's the time. This doesn't really stop any Bolt or Pyroblast kind of thing from happening that would have happened. It makes Brainstorm awkward. I think I will Pyroblast Brainstorm if that happens here. Oh, Stifle. That's the shittiest Stifle I've seen in my life. Okay, I'm not going to Pyroblast that. This is a Twitter screenshot for sure. It showed me. Knowing they're a Stifle deck does matter, though, if I were to ever go for a Splinter Twin kill, they could stifle the first tap. I'm going to lean into my aggression here and not give them this. Here's the Ponder. Let's get some conniving. Ooh, baby. All right, so I'm going to put Force of Will on top, where I'm going to Expressive Iteration, which will connive away the Force, which is not a card that I think I'm going to need right now. EI, shit. All right, Blood Moon in my hand. EI on the bottom, exile Pyroblast. I mean, Blood Moon is cool anyway, but disappointing that I didn't actually get 2 cards off the iteration. Yeah, and missing on that land means I don't get to Pyroblast this. But if they cast another spell this turn, I get Connive coming. I'd love to find another red source to back up this this Blood Moon. Right, they found Delirium. They exiled a Stoneforge Mystic they can't cast. And red? Nice. Okay. Blood Moon. Force it. Force it. Force it. Damn. All right, I'm going to attack with my 2/1 creature. Leave my 2/4 back in front of their 3/3 that has to attack. We can just bounce off each other a little bit. I know they have red cards in their deck, but let's hope that I can fend them off for a little while. Disappointed. That's all right. We got a tempo game plan here. Shit. Come on, you're a 3-color deck, you dingus. All right, gonna have to figure this one out. I mostly just need to draw a lightning bolt or like something. All right. My life is becoming more difficult as we speak. It's deteriorating in front of me. All right, I'm going to Pestermite one of these. Tap one of these. Yes. And I'm going to double block. This gets blown the fuck out by Lightning Bolt or Pyroblast. But I can't beat a 3/3 with my 2/1s. Okay, now I gotta stabilize. Chandra? Lightning Bolt? Snapcaster Mage? Alright, we're in there. Oh, Snapcaster Mage doesn't actually help directly, because I don't have a Lightning Bolt in my graveyard. Okay. I will snap back Expressive Iteration and start digging. Snapcaster targeting EI. Blue-red. Come the fuck on. Alright, Spell Pierce in my hand. Blooded Strand on the bottom, exile Volcanic Island. Yikes. Well, I'm at 6 against the Bolt deck. Come on, deck. Answer. Answer. Ponder. Find me something. No. Shuffle. Come on, deck. There's so many cards here. Shuffle the library. Ponder. We're going again. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Not shuffle my library. Chandra with Pyroblast backup. They can't daze because they don't have any islands. Jeez. That was scary. I mean, I'm still at 6 against the Bolt deck. But time to start digging out. If I can untap into the Spell Pierce, I guess that doesn't help too much. Plus Chandra to exile a card. It's the Scalding Tarn, so I cannot cast it. Attack with my Snapcaster. Get this DRC in. Alright, tables are turning. Gotta fade double bolt. Wait, Price of Progress kills us both, if that's a thing they have. But I don't expect Price of Progress to be in the deck that is soft to Blood Moon. They are dead on board. And I can Spell Pierce the second bolt and Pyroblast a force that would fight back, so I'm in good shape here. Lightning Bolt resolves. Okay, what's the plan from here? If they bolt and double force back up, they can win. Or just more bolts, or they just have nothing. Yeah, if they just had 3 bolts, they would win there as well. All right, that one was too close for comfort. Don't like it, no thank you. Deceiver Exarch doesn't really change anything or engage with Dragon's Rage Channeler in a way that's meaningful. That Blood Moon was sick, though. I was not wrong about that one. Okay. All of my answers to DRC are in the deck. All of my answers to Stoneforge Mystic are in the deck. And those are the things that I have. Do I want one Splinter Twin in the deck in case we get into an ugly situation like that again? Probably not, because Pyroblast and Lightning Bolt are still on, which are the cards I was worried about anyway. All right, let's just go back in with Izzet mid-range here. Okay, slow to get started, but giant card advantage, which is my role here. We know they're a Stifle deck now, so got to be careful with this fetch land. Big shreds here. If they fetch, I will fetch in response, but I think we're just dancing around a Stifle right now. Yep, not fetching here, not feeding you that for free. Channeler. Okay, I'm gonna fetch now, because if they stifle me, I can daze it and still cast Ledger Shredder this turn. I can also just Pyroblast the Stifle and daze. Alright, I'm gonna fetch in response again. Get my Volcanic Island, then you get what you're gonna get. I think I want a Pyroblast. Alright, I'll let you surveil. And I could just float red and daze, see what happens, and then get Ledger Shredder in. Do I think Daze or Pyroblast would be better going along? I guess I get to do both of these right now. All right, float red and Daze this. It sets me back a land, but not in the way that they were hoping for. Okay, now I get basic island and cast Ledger Shredder with my floating mana, which they can Daze, but then we're back to parity on lands. All right, sure. Not really sure who that favored, but it did occur. Those were game actions that happened. Yeah, maybe if I just Pyroblast, but they had the Daze anyway. Yeah, the difference is I would have had options on a Ledger Shredder next turn. Ugh, that was a good follow-up. The bad news here is that Cauldron is completely fucking unbeatable. And I need to rip Lightning Bolt off the top, or cantrip into it immediately. That is too late. I just have nothing here. I'm just ice cold. There's no bounce spell in the deck, no way to race this thing. The Splinter Twins are out. Just checking real quick if there's anything I can do about this, and I don't think there is. To the deck list. I guess I could like tempo it with Pestermites. Alright, I'll play to the out, I guess. Damn, this Blood Moon. I guess if I hadn't dazed, but I had to daze. They had multiple things at all times. Yeah, it's out of luck here. Yeah, these low to the ground decks, this is what they do. We lost the two games where we got Delvered, and we won the game where the game lasted a while. And yeah, just nothing to say about this ever. If Fable of the Mirror Breaker flips into Kiki Jiki, I could Pestermite the thing every turn. Chandra the Torch. I think I have to Fable here and just hope I'm alive. Okay, here's Fable. The cards in their hand are anything, I'm dead. And I'm probably dead even if they have just 3 Uno reverse cards in their hand. Brainstorm. They have 2 card types in the graveyard right now. One of them is an instant. Did not surveil. That's good news for me. Lightning Bolt targeting my face. And they know what their top card is. They still don't have Delirium. And put me to 1 here. Yeah, 1 is basically dead. Oh, they're letting me keep a life point? No, they're not. All right, change their mind. Good call. All right, I'll block DRC with my Gobbo. I'm at 1 when damage resolves. Dead to Lightning Bolt, can't Force of Will. Daze doesn't work. It would have to be some sort of miracle to get through this. Like, I would have to draw all of the Pestermites in a row and buy time. Oh, okay. We're just Mystic Sanctuary Lightning Bolt to the top. That'll probably do it, opponent. This Blood Moon in my hand, just not helpful against that. All right. We get to see some cards here. My own Lightning Bolt. Discard some cards. Yes, I'm going to go all the way in on this. Blood Moon not helpful this game. And Lightning Bolt. I don't think I have time to EI. Chandra is not helpful. Yeah, I need just Pestermites. And those are not Pestermites. Red, blue. I'll EI. I'll let my opponent think I can do anything. Give it a chance. All right. And we're good. Yeah, Cauldron is a pretty big trump in these Izzet mirrors where I don't have any bounce spells. And it turns out that gods can bleed. 8 matches in my life with Splinter Twin and just took my first loss. On to the next one. For the absolute best Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, check out the link in the video description to coalesceapparel.shop and be sure to use the code BoshNRoll for 10% off when you check out. On the draw in round 4, I have lost a match, the trophy's gone, but I am live to 0-5 on die rolls, so I get to complain about that. I am going to keep this hand. Island Ponder, got some selection. Ooh, a mountain. Is this Red Prison? Is it Burn? What are we doing with a mountain? I am going to play a land and bobble my opponent. And bobbling myself for the selection doesn't make sense because I just have fetch land anyway. Right, another mountain coming. I'm going to get basic island and cast Ponder. If I get Blood Mooned on turn 2, I just want to be ready for that. Mishra's Bobble, Deceiver, Exarch, Mystic Sanctuary. I could bobble again and get through both these cards. Is that even good? Oh, I could stack the bauble. Oh no, I'd have to fetch to do that. I was going to say I could expressive iteration next turn for full value off bauble, but I don't have an untapped red source because I fetched this island. Exarch is here though, and I do like that. I'm going to take this draw. I'm going to play the bauble. I'm going to look at the card in their draw step as well. Just get as much information I can about this deck before I start making other decisions. I draw Exarch here. They draw Mountain here. Now let's get a look. What is your deck? Blood Moon. Okay. It is Red Prison. And I am prepared to fight through a Blood Moon. Here's that Mountain. And here's the Mystic Sanctuary. And here's a new card. Oh, there's Splinter Twin. What's up? Okay. A plan is emerging here. I am likely to let Blood Moon resolve if that is the play next turn. Okay. Mountain number 3. This is a really slow hand. I gotta expect stability out of them. I'm gonna use this Brainstorm to try to line up land number 4 and win the turn after next. Fable. I could just hardcast Daze on this. This card is a little more concerning. Do I even care though? Yeah, I guess I'm much more worried about missing land number 4. All right, let me Brainstorm in response, see what I come up with. All right, land number 4 is here. Ledger Shredder and DRC. I can cast 2 spells next turn. That's good shit. And then I can keep Force and Daze back. Oh, do I want to risk getting rid of Mystic Sanctuary? Oh, the awkward Brainstorm where you just don't want to put any cards back. Okay, I'm going to put Expressive Iteration and land on top. Then I'm going to let the McJeek over there. Because I can put Ledger Shredder in front of it. If I fetch Basic Island and... Or no. Yeah, I don't care about Basic Island or Basic Mountain anymore. Oh wait, what am I doing? I just like lined up this whole Kiki-Jiki or Deceiver Exarch kill, and I'm just like, I can Ledger Shredder. Shut up. Just execute the plan. Quit farting around. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get to discard 2, draw 2. I have a backup plan if this somehow fails, which is the Ledger Shredder thing. Discarded a Karn. That's a good card. Okay, so beginning of combat. I think I want a Deceiver now. Tap the Goblin, denies them a mana. And it kind of puts face up what I'm thinking about here. But I have Force and Daze to mess with it. We got the, you got me with that LOL in the chat. Sure did. All right, get that Goblin token sideways. Not the way you wanted it to be. Okay, Force of Will and Daze have to hold the fort long enough to get this Splinter Twin on the stack. Don't care about Blood Moon, don't care about Karn. I do care about Chandra. Oh, if I Daze, I don't get to do the other thing, so I am going to force pitching Shredder. All right, 3 islands make for an untapped Splinter Twin. Mystic Sanctuary, put, I guess, Force of Will back on top just in case. Not that it matters, because now Daze is good for protection. We have a Splinter Twin situation. Are you going to make me click through this? All right, thank you. We got the concession. All right, we got some nice banter in the chat. That's normally not someone who makes you click through it, which I would have happily done. I registered the deck, but appreciate the scoop. Splinter Twin, baby. All right, so this is kind of an awkward matchup because my sideboard plan is to kind of pivot into red Stompy, like Blue Moon, which is just their deck. So they're likely to have Pyroblast, but they're also likely to be a better Chandra Fable deck than me. Definitely a better Blood Moon deck than me. Okay, I want Force and Negation and Spell Pierce and Snapcaster Mage. I want those cards. Do I want to fight them on the Chandra angle or just go all the way in on Splinter Twin? I just think they're better at that than I am. But if they keep a hand built to beat Splinter Twin, then Blue Mooning them might circle back to being good. Okay, maybe I'll cut 1 twin. My baubles are coming out. We've got, I want all of the Pestermite effects in. Ace is a little worse on the draw. I still want some number, and it's also blue. Lightning Bolt is important against the Rabble Masters. I can also just combo out over the Rabble Masters. Maybe it's Dragon's Rage Channeler. If they're a Chalice deck, for sure. That is a card I can cast under Blood Moon, but I got a bunch of basics in my list. Alright, this is kind of weird, but I'm going with it. Do I want Meltdown to respect Chalices? Or do I just want to power through them? And if I do want them, what am I cutting? I mean, DRC is an important part of the Snap Bolt backup plan. Okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm in trouble to a turn 1 thing. I'm okay if it's a turn 2 thing. Opponent kept 7. I'm going to keep and maybe regret it. Let's roll. Alright, Ancient Tomb. Shit. Alright. That is one of the ones I was more worried about. Like Blood Moon, we just play the game. I have red cards in my deck. Lightning Bolt off the top deck. Oh, I did think this Steam Vents was Scalding Tard, so that's a little awkward. Glad I didn't get punished by that. But, Ponder, find me a Lightning Bolt. Let's do this thing. Gotta shuffle this one. And came up with a Scalding Tarn. Next turn, Snapcaster Mage can jump in front of the Rabble Master, at least slow this down a little bit. But we'll see what the follow-up is. If I have to daze, that plan doesn't work anymore. Please just follow up with Blood Moon. That's actually fine with me. Uh-oh, that's Karn mana. Maybe don't do a Karn. Yep, this hurts. Big pains. No Karn? What do you think the chances of that are? Oh, it's a Trinisphere through days. Cool. Alright, definitely dead. Am I literally just dead? I make my land drop take 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I make my land drop, and then there are 4 goblins in play, and I have to fetch. Yeah, okay. Alright, punished by the keep. They kept a pretty slow one, game 1, where they were just like mountain, mountain, mountain first play of the game. And they kept 7 again in a deck that tends to mulligan. Like, maybe they tricked me with like it's kind of a reverse level system of the deck should mulligan often to get good hands, which means that if they keep 7, I should be scared. But because they had kind of a slow, weak hand in game 1, I was like, oh, this person just keeps 7s. I don't know. Maybe there's nothing to talk about here, or maybe I got leveled or outsmarted myself. I'm just submitting the same deck, by the way. Okay, have I learned anything? This hand is pretty soft to Chalice. I'm gonna keep. We're fine against Blood Moon, and I have Brainstorms to look for stuff if I need stuff. Let's go. Opponent kept 7 again. So either they're not mulling as much as they should, or they are just like nutters. But they had nutters game 2, but like probably should have mulliganed game 1. So there's a little bit of mix and match here. All right, Fury under the Chrome Mox. Come on, Blood Moon, Blood Moon, Blood Moon. Trinisphere. All right, let's brainstorm in response to that. Force of Negation is here, and I will use it. Put back Volcanic Island and DRC. I'm going to draw the DRC and cast it. I guess, do I pitch Pestermite, or is that my win con? Like, do I pitch Brainstorm and then set up EI Pestermite, and that's like how we go from here? I'm actually going to pitch the Brainstorm. All right. That also insulates me against Chalice a little bit. Interesting stuff here. All right, here's the Dragon's Rage Channeler. 1 card type in my graveyard. I can fetch basic land, and that gives me blue to play the game on. If they Blood Moon me. Kind of hope they do Blood Moon me. That's like the least scary thing that could happen this turn. They did go in on the City of Traders, though, which makes me think they don't have a second soul land, or they're just planning on jamming a 4 this turn. Yep, it's a 4. Rip. All right, see you later, DRC. You tried. I'm now pretty stoked I kept the Pestermite, though. All right, DRC is dead. And I don't actually need double blue for anything, so I'm going to fetch Steam Vents here. After seeing all the basics that I have, they might not even have Blood Moons in anymore. Okay, I can EI to dig or Pestermite to beat up this Chandra. I think I should Pestermite. And I'm going to play the fetch land, just keep giving myself the option of double blue if I so desire. And I'm not going to pester a land because Chandra can make mana. I just want to... Like, Chandra only has +1 abilities, though, so Chandra will be on 2 where Pestermite can poke her. Just hope that that is the scariest thing going on when they pass the turn. But we're now in the Splinter Twin situation where I'm showing Pestermite untapping into 4 mana. They got to start thinking about what might happen here. Alright, making mana off Chandra. That's the scary mode. I would have much preferred to take 2 damage here. Sphere. Okay, that doesn't change anything except guarantees that my Pestermite is not going to get Pyroblasted. Oh, I can also tap Trinisphere and turn it off. That's funny. Alright, I'm not going to do that though. I'm going to Pestermite one of their lands in the end step. If they have Spirit Guide, they can mess me up here. I would like to tap the mountain. Yes. Okay. Now they need 2 Spirit Guides and Pyroblast in their 3-card hand. Splinter Twin off the top. No love. Okay, but I am going to put this Chandra in the graveyard, which, I mean, their deck is built to function under Splinter Twin, or under Trinisphere, so it's not that scary for them. I'm going to EI and hope there's a land. Shit. All right. Yeah, there was... Trinisphere makes EI pretty awkward, but all right, I'm going to put a Brainstorm in my hand, Deceiver, and Exile Deceiver, which I cannot play, and play this Volcanic Island. All right, now we're in Weirdo mode. See who can get away with what. Fable's pretty good. Maybe I'll draw mine. Spell Pierce, right on time. Thanks for showing up. Brainstorm is also an instant. Oh, but... Oh, right. Yes, Brainstorm is also an instant. That is the entire thought I was trying to get out. I was going to say I can Brainstorm into Twin, but I actually cannot do that. So I'm just going to pass. I'll Spell Pierce if I need to Spell Pierce, and Brainstorm in the end step if I don't. Try to spike some half of my own Blue Moon deck. Discarded Fury. Jeez. It's like the scariest card in their deck, and it just went away. If they have a Soul Land, they can double spell now. Maybe don't do that. Just put Chandra on the stack. All right. A Fable that I can Spell Pierce. Only 1 mana available. I don't want to play through 2 of those. Okay, let's go. Splinter Twin. Splinter Twin. Oh, Lightning Bolt. I don't want that now, and I might be able to cast it anyway. Going for the big Brainstorm here. Found the fetch land. Do I even want the fetch land? In Snapcaster Mage is not bad. Neither is Lightning Bolt, and I actually am able to Snap Bolt. All right. The choice here of going in on Snap Bolt versus... All right, yeah, I'm playing the tempo game. Let's do it. I'm here for it. Okay, I can attack for 2, and then I can Bolt Goblin Token or Rabble Master if necessary, and then Snap Bolt on the following turn. I could also Snap EI, picking up the land that I know is there if I don't need to Bolt, but they have Kiki Jiki, so I probably do need to Bolt. Man, Trinisphere makes life stupid. Okay, go. The good thing about Rabble Masters is they have to pre-combat them, if that's what's going on. The bad news is it overloads my Lightning Bolt that I'm otherwise trying to have a good time with here. Okay. I'm going to Bolt the Treasure Goblin. I have the Snap Bolt ready for Kiki Jiki next turn, if necessary. You just don't want them to dig out of their own Trinisphere and be able to double spell. Because I have mana advantage right now, which is a weird thing. Oh no. Can I beat this? Meltdown's not in my deck. There are 2 cards in their deck, in their hand right now, and they really only need 1. Okay. Seeing the Ensnaring Bridge makes me want to EI here. Like, I gotta actually do better than I thought I did. I gotta make this happen a lot faster. And knowing the lands on top is a comfort. I gotta find Twin before they have no cards in their hand. Iteration in my hand. Bottom a land, exile a land. Here's a land. I do get an attack here. I gotta hope this Trinisphere holds up and keeps that hand flush over there. I can Mystic Sanctuary, picking up Lightning Bolt if I gotta finish them off. Oh no, Ancient Tomb. That's gonna unlock whatever was holding them back here. I'm in danger. Karn, that's a problem. Resolves. If it makes a wish, it dies to Bolt. Alright, they plussed. That's the correct decision. I hate to say that is the right one. I can Mystic Sanctuary Bolt to the top of my deck right now. I probably just want Force a Negation though. Yeah, I'm gonna Mystic Sanctuary. Sanctuary getting back. I mean, they could get Walking Ballista. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't like this. Alright, I'm getting back Force of Negation. It's a spell I can cast under Trinisphere. And I have this Expressive Iteration in hand already. Force of Will in hand. Or no, Ponder in hand. Force of Will. Or Ponder on bottom, exile Force of Will. Awkward. Yep, Trinisphere. Damn. Good stuff. For you. Bad for me. And no attacks are available here. Opponent has significantly more cards in their deck than me if this comes down to decking. Unfortunately, the Force was face up, so they're not just going to swing for Lattice here. They could grab a Walking Ballista, and that card will kill me eventually. If they tap Ancient Tomb too many times, though, that's good stuff for me. Yeah, I really just didn't bring in my meltdowns, did I? Thought I had more time. Or less time. I don't know what I thought, but there they are in the sideboard. There are 3 Lightning Bolts in my deck, 2 Snapcasters. One of the bolts and one of the casters already spent, so I can deal 9 to them still. I could daze something just to pick up Mystic Sanctuary, which gives me another Lightning Bolt. Like, I have ways to deal 12. And if they tap the Ancient Tomb twice, they're in trouble. Okay, here is Liquid Metal Coating, which goes straight into exile where Karn can just get it again next turn, but at least bought myself this turn. Oh, you have Pyroblast? Rude. Alright, yeah, found mana number 6, cast Pyroblast, now I'm in trouble. Yeah, as they squeeze me under this Trinisphere, life will get harder and harder. Gotta find some bolts real quick, or Deceiver Exarch plus Twin. Ponder first. 2 Ledger Shredders, that's not what I want. It is not the way through this game. Shuffle the library, yes. Force of Will, too little too late. Time to brainstorm. Okay, put back Volcanic Island and Force of Will. Play my land. We're in trouble. And now they know they can just get Lattice if they have 6 mana to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if they find a mana, they're good on Lattice. Yep. 6 Sanctuary is gonna hit the bin here. Oh, they don't know how this works, or they misclicked. They did not actually target my Mystic Sanctuary. They just plussed Karn on nothing. And keeping 1 card in the hand. Deceiver Exarch can still do it, folks. Shuffle the deck. Come on, Deceiver. Daze picks up Mystic Sanctuary. I like that. Yeah, if they do like anything, also Ledger Shredder, as long as it doesn't connive a spell, can attack. I think I will point Daze at literally anything to pick up my Sanctuary. Get a bolt in my hand. All right. Liquid Metal Coating my Sanctuary again. Is Karn gonna actually kill it this time? Shit. All right. They were on to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pay 1 more. Pay 1 more. Oh no, a second Karn. What does this do? Oh, it keeps Ensnaring Bridge from triggering. That's what happens. Okay. All right, I can attack for 1 with Ledger Shredder. We've got to move here. Oh, yeah. That? Oh, I forgot about that. I can actually win a game without attacking. Completely forgot that card was in my deck. Attack my opponent. All right. Put 1 damage on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they are 1 mana away from Lattice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Here's Chandra. Torch of Defiance. You can play it this game. I'm gonna plus, just start doing damage. Spawning turn, take your 2. You're at 5. Go ahead. And I can still cast Daze if they just go for Lattice. And if they go for Lattice, it means they're not coding me. They can use coding to turn off Chandra every turn and do other stuff with Karn, just sort of like freeze Chandra. Don't have many taps of that Ancient Tomb left. If they tap Ancient Tomb and don't win the game here, I have 3 damage on the board. Holy guacamole, we got the GGs. I thought we were so dead. Never give up, never surrender. This deck needs a Brazen Borrower. On to the next round. I'm on the play in round 5. No trophy and no complaint equity about losing all 5 die rolls. This is truly tragic. I'm going to keep this hand, though. Expressive Iteration's a good card. Let's hope we're against some sort of creature deck where Lightning Bolt is good. Haven't run into the usual 5 combo decks in the Moto Leagues lately. This has been a surprisingly fair and balanced match of Magic, or League of Magic. This opponent mulled to 5, though. Up to some bullshit, I'm sure. In the round where I don't have Force of Will. What kind of bullshit is it? Wooded Foothills. Once Upon a Time. Oh, please be elves, please be elves. It looks like either elves or Madness would be my guest. Guess? Guest? Be my guest. Be my guest. This is definitely elves. Fiend Artisan is the new tech in this. And alright, we were delivered a matchup where Lightning Bolt's good. Ask and you shall receive. Volcanic Island. Lightning Bolt. Bang. The Fiend Artisan gives away that this isn't green-white depths, which I am relieved for. Never thought I would say that, though. I am relieved to see Fiend Artisan, because that indicates elves. Hello Newton, the foremost elves expert, just released a primer on his Patreon about play patterns with Fiend Artisan and Reclaimer and this crazy mid-range version of elves. Alright, that was a smart play around the second Lightning Bolt. Oh, baby. I gotta play for it, right? Or do I EI set it up for sure on the following turn? No, I'm gonna play for it. And I'm just gonna pass here. I can Pestermite, untap a land, and also Lightning Bolt, which gives me a Surveil to find land number 4. I get 2 looks at land number 4. Just speedrun this thing. Okay. Elvish Visionary. I'm not gonna block. Nice try. In the end step. Alright, let's do this thing. Fetch Volcanic Island. I'm gonna cast Pestermite. I don't think there's anything in the Elves main deck that can mess this up. I'm gonna untap my Volcanic Island. Yes. I'm gonna Lightning Bolt your Elvish Visionary. And my top of deck's gonna show me a land. Easy game. Alright, Visionary's in the graveyard. Let's find out if this main deck has a way to beat me here. We know one of their 4 cards in hand is Fiend Artisan, 3 mysteries. Endurance, that doesn't matter at all. That doesn't shuffle my deck, it just puts my graveyard on bottom of my deck. Yeah, that does not do anything you need it to. Draw this Flooded Strand all the same. Bang! We have ourselves another Splinter Twin situation. Bang! Feels good. Let's go. Okay, so elf sideboards these days are onto some weird shit. Like, there is Opposition Agent, there's Shriekmaw. Force of Vigor is the card I need to worry about for my Splinter Twin, and I am staying on my Splinter Twin action. Sometimes they have Snuff out. There's no removal that's not already in the deck. I mean, I could cheese them with Blood Moon. It's possible. I mean, Snapcaster is a no-brainer. Spell Pierce, Flusterstorm, those can beat up on the early development as long as there's no Shepherd. Is there anything that's just bad in here? Daze is pretty bad against elves. Oh, this Pyroblast needs to go as well. That gives me 2 spots. I don't think cheesing with Blood Moon is the worst thing that's ever happened, because, I mean, they think I'm a Delver deck. They are basics in the deck, but they're also, all their removal is black, and it shuts off Cradle. And maybe I do want to kind of medium Blue Moon this while leaving all of the combo in play. Yeah, that's not a play pattern that I built this deck having in mind, but I don't think it's bad. I'm going to cut the last days for this Fable and just go full medium moon. They might be trying to go fast, though. I don't know. We'll see. Thoughtseize is also a card they play in the sideboard, which Blood Moon turns off unless they have the Virtual Arranger. Okay, no Lightning Bolt, but I do have the full combo over here. And this is where we put the fear in them. They just got straight up turn 4 clowned in game 1. Now they're going to make weird mulligan decisions, weird play decisions to make that not happen again. And really, if they just kept a playable elf hand, they'd run me over right now. But they don't know that. And look at this. They mulled to 4. My goodness. Just chasing that Thoughtseize. Are we just going to, like, Bayou Thoughtseize, play this game on a 2-card hand? Is that the plan? Once upon a time, get that in before your Thoughtseize. Oh, you don't even know what the 4th card in your hand is. Shit's fire. Like, I don't think they're necessarily wrong for doing this. It's just the position we put them in. Found another land. So 3 cards in hand. Look at this. There's the... Look, we mulled to 4 to find land Thoughtseize, and the hand right now is Windswept Heath, mystery card. Versus this, like, Izzet hand. Good shit. This is where I just lose anyway after explaining how insane this is for me. But at least we're going to have some time. It's really hard to win from 2 cards in any short order. Reclaimer, that's a pretty good one. And the last mystery card will be revealed in a moment here. Is it another Thoughtseize? Oh no, okay. We're just exposing Dried Arbor. Or playing around Stifle, I guess. Thing you can do. DRC. I think that Ledger Shredder is better. Because at the very least, I can EI into DRC next turn. Get some Ledger Shredding. Or I could just find the land and Deceiver Exarch my opponent, who let me keep Deceiver Exarch and Splinter Twin when they Thoughtseized me. Alright, I could just die right now. If that last card's Natural Order. Right, it's not. Alright. We are chilling here. Okay. Land to just set up the win. Oh, shit. Do I take the time to do this? Oh, no. Reclaimer can just spin these into basics, so that's not even good. I think I'm just going for it. Just shock in Steam Vents and pass a turn. Yeah, I'm just going to pass with Exarch up. I'm going to tap Cradle in their upkeep. They can rotate for something here. Probably just going to get a fetch land and make their Reclaimer bigger. Yep. Okay, in the upkeep, tapping the Cradle is where I want to be. Don't want to get Natural Ordered out on this board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They cannot activate Shepherd in response with the mana they have. 1/4 blocks 3/4. And they can activate Reclaimer, I guess, but I don't think that does anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they can just like use the mana to thin lands out of the deck here, because they don't have attacks now either. All right, or just burn the mana off and not do that. That works too. So they drew a spell. Oh, it looks like Green Sun Zenith, the way that Moto is using their mana. Oh, it's the Shriek. Got me good. Okay. Picking off my Deceiver Exarch and getting an attack in. That was a really good draw. And I'm taking 3 here. And I get to set up that big EI turn that I wanted last turn. Okay, Lightning Bolt fucks. Expressive Iteration. Red, blue. Just show me a land here. Another Lightning Bolt. Okay. Lightning Bolt in my hand. Channeler on the bottom. Exile the land. Play the land. And then I think I just want to bolt both of these things. Bolt the Dryad Arbor, which gets me a Connive. And do I want to dump the Twin and just beat them face up now? I don't think so. I think I'm going to give up on Blood Moon. Like, I'm just beating up their creatures at this point. And then bolt the other thing. And Cradle sucks anyway. It's like Blood Mooning it. And I'm going to hold back because I think I will win this game over the next couple turns without attacking. Holding up a Juker Bog right now is pretty annoying on my Snapcaster. Your boy is in the market for a Pestermite effect. All right, I'm going to attack with Ledger Shredder. No cards in hand, don't need to think about endurance. If they spin with Reclaimer in the end step, I can Snapcaster Brainstorm, get a Connive, and a Brainstorm in response. As much as I would have loved to snap EI this turn, they are set up for that one. Dried Arbor. And here comes the spin. Yep, sacking the Arbor, not letting me Lightning Bolt. Makes sense. There's the Bajuka Bog. If only I'd planned for this. Snapcaster Mage, Connives. Dump the Ledger Shredder. And I'm going to Brainstorm here. I think that's better than Lightning Bolt, though. Lightning Bolting and trying to get this game over is also a line. Yeah, let's put that one right on top. And put these lands back. I draw the fetch land next turn. Oh, I probably should have hid the Chandra and on top put the land in my hand to insulate against Thoughtseize. Yeah, I messed that up a little bit. Let's hope I don't get punished. All right, just land go. Sure. Gonna attack? No. All right. Okay, folks. I'm gonna fetch first because I know the land on top of my deck is not something I want. And basics don't matter in this matchup because their mana disruption is choke, which is going to get all my lands anyway. Here's Big Chandra, in this Flusterstorm, take out this Elvish Reclaimer. Bang. All right, Hellbent with no permanence. They get one more land tutor here. The Dried Arbors are both dead. Don't think there's a land that saves the Arbor, like a Sejiri Step. They don't go that deep on the land package. Yeah, just a fetch land. Cool. And attack for 6. Opponent's on a 1-turn clock facing down Chandra, and I can start Splinter Twitting my Snapcaster Mage, if nothing else, starting next turn. Fetching the upkeep. Desperate Thin. I don't even know what saves them. Like, literally, what card gets you out of this? And they seem to agree. A 4-1. We are 9-1 lifetime on the channel with Legacy Splinter Twin, losing only to Jeskai, which was a low to the ground version of this deck with also had like a juke kill that normal Delver doesn't, or normal Izzet doesn't, but theirs was a little more compact. Notes on the deck. I want the 4th Lightning Bolt. That came up a lot. Like, obviously that card's good. I just like rolled the dice on my combo going over the top in most Lightning Bolt matchups, but Lightning Bolt gets you where you want to go a lot of the time. So maybe I'm too heavy on Mishra's Bauble, and I should back off Ledger Shredder a little bit. Like, Bauble's the easy cut. This main deck Pyroblast came out in all but one matchup, which, welcome to the Moto Leagues, I guess, but I still think makes sense in the deck. Yeah, down 1 Bauble, up 1 Bolt, and Brazen Borrower should be in this list somewhere. And Fable the Mirror Breaker was cool, but is the one of Fable in the sideboard doing what we need it to compared to something like Brazen Borrower? Flusterstorm and Spell Pierce. I like those when we're both comboing and not comboing. Like, those are just good sideboard cards. I actually had Spell Pierce in the main deck for most of my brewing process until I added Ledger Shredders and wanted a Bauble in there as well. I mean, we could treat this like the cantrip-heavy legacy deck that it is and only play 2 Splinter Twins. I cut from 4 down to 3 from Kyle's original list because Legacy has different rules of engagement than Modern does. You don't usually get to just speedrun the turn 4 kill. But it is nice to have it. Maybe Ledger Shredder should just be Snapcaster Mage. Just down 1 Shredder, up 1 Snapcaster. Then that frees up a sideboard slot for Brazen Borrower. That makes sense. I'll get one of those in there. And this deck looks better already. 4 bolts. Snapcaster might have just been the answer over Ledger Shredder to start with. And I still like splitting them. Ledger Shredder does a unique thing that Snapcaster doesn't. But they are both worth deck slots. And now we have an out to just generic whatever. I think if you want to cut another Splinter Twin, play 2, main deck of Brazen Borrower is also defensible, but I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to stay heavy on the Splinter Twins because that's the name of the game. And that's where I'm going to leave this. 4-1, 90% win rate lifetime with Legacy Splinter Twin. I'll take that. Losing the trophy, heartbreaking, of course, would have been legendary, but you don't get everything you want. Kyle, thank you for submitting this deck. Everybody, thank you for watching it. Splinter Twin is one of those fan favorites. It should not come back to Modern. I know Canister and Mengu have been doing this like banned cards playoff where they play banned decks versus what's currently legal in Modern after MH2 and everything, in the argument that a lot of this stuff just doesn't hold up anymore. And I'm pretty sure Splinter Twin like 0-10 their gauntlet. But still, I probably don't want to see this card back. But it's very good in Legacy. And by very good, I mean appropriate. I don't think it's actually very good in Legacy, but it's a thing you can do. JJ's opponents. Thanks again, Kyle. Thanks again to everyone watching. Check out the deck on Moxfield. Go buy some stuff from Coalesce Apparel. Check out my Patreon. All that stuff that supports the channel is in the video description below. I'll see you next time.